Hey there, I'm Julie from Taste of Lizzy Tea, and today we're going to be making Mexican street corn casserole. It's a grilled corn with a delicious mayonnaise sour cream coating on it with cheese. But today we're going to make a fun version of this, and it is going to be Mexican street corn casserole. I'm going to take our traditional Jiffy corn casserole bake and turn it into just a delicious casserole with that Mexican street corn flavor. Let's get started. So you'll need a mixing bowl, and in the bowl, put 1 stick of butter. Now this stick of butter needs to be very, very soft, if not a little melted, just so it's easy to mix together. And then put in 1 can of whole kernel corn. Make sure it's drained, you don't want that extra water in there. And then 1 can of cream corn. Next I'll add 1 box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Don't add the rest of the ingredients on the back of the box, just the dry mix. Half of a cup of mayonnaise. Half of a cup of sour cream, and then you'll put 3 spices in this casserole. I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of ancho chili powder. You can also use chipotle chili powder, and if you want to use a little bit less, that's totally fine. The amount of these spices are completely up to how you want it to taste. Half of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Now again, if you don't want it spicy, put in less. If you want it more spicy, put in more. I'm gonna mix this up just a little bit. Push the bowl aside for a minute and get a cheese grater and a block of cotija cheese. If you can find this cheese pre-shredded, go ahead and use that. But for any casserole, I like to buy a block of cheese and shred it myself. It just helps the casserole not be so greasy. You'll want about 1 cup, a little bit over, of this shredded cheese. I'm gonna get a measuring cup and measure out some. If you wanna put a sprinkling of cheese on the top of the casserole before you bake it, you can shred a little bit more. Add that in there. You can also just sprinkle a little bit on top after the casserole has baked. So that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of this cheese. So I'll just set this aside and mix in the cheese. Now many times Mexican street corn has a sprinkling of freshly squeezed lime juice on top. So if you'd like that flavor, you can take a lime and squeeze a little bit of the juice, about a tablespoon, into the mixture. Or if you want to use lime after it's already baked, you can put a sprinkling of lime juice on top of the baked casserole as you're serving it. This casserole bakes in an 8x8 casserole dish. Spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so it doesn't stick, and then fill the pan. Spread the mixture so that it's even in the pan. I have the oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is going to take about 50 minutes to bake. You might want to check it at 45 minutes. Baking time really depends on the type of pan you use, if it's metal, if it's glass, if it's ceramic. So just watch it carefully, anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's done so you know what to watch for. So when the casserole comes out of the oven, it's gonna be a beautiful golden brown, be set in the center, have a few cracks on top. This is what you want it to look like. This corn casserole makes a delicious side dish. I just love to eat it for lunch. Let me show you what we like to put on it. First, I'll scoop some up. It is very, very hot when it comes out of the oven. I recommend letting it sit maybe 5 minutes before you serve it. I like to put a little bit of cheese on top. And then I like to sprinkle it with a little more chili powder to give it a pretty red sprinkling. And then sprinkle with a little bit of freshly chopped cilantro. It is delicious. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check back often for more of our family's favorite recipes.